Alright guys, it is Wednesday. Now I'm going to cover a topic that I would usually cover on Wednesday. But I just seen a video that it has just set me on fire. I gotta turn this other light on. I just realized I didn't turn my kitchen light on. Honestly, what does people say in this video just really set me on fire that much. Okay. Here's the deal. Let me put my notes. Y'all know I need my notes, right? Great. Alright. There is a video, the lady from Living on a Dime, did a video that cane doesn't save you money. Well, here's something you need to know. First of all, two things. This is somebody who does not believe additives and preserves are bad for us, even in moderation. But if you looked at America lately, seriously, we have gluten allergies, we have peanut allergies, we have all kinds of food allergies now. We have, when I went to school, there was one girl who had a dietary issue. You go to school now, you might find one student that does not have any food issues at all. Maybe 5 at the most, if you're lucky. The other issue I have with this woman from Living on a Dime is she's not open to an open debate, an open and honest debate. She's not. She will not accept any studies showing that GMOs are bad for you. And it has been proven in France has done studies, Japan has done studies, but she is not open to these arguments. She will disable her comments. She will not hear any argument other than her own and the people that agree with her. Now, nobody has said that cane saves you just millions and millions of dollars. Let me tell you something. When you look at a bag of chicken that's maybe $6 at the most, or I can get a 10-pound bag of chicken breast from GFS for $12 to $15. That's a lot of chicken. And I can cut it up, put it in the pressure cooker, and I can have it on the shelf for a very long time. Now, think about all the food recalls we've been seeing. There's been romaine lettuce again. Plus, because of all the calves that drowned in the Midwest, beef is going to go up. Yeah. So when you can get beef on sale, grab it, put it in a can, pressure can it, and put it on your shelf. Now, my only issue with the freezer is that years ago, my parents had one of those great big upright freezers. We went on vacation to see my mom's side of the family. When we got back, it was bad. There was a stench. We didn't know where it was coming from. We were tired. We'd been on the road for 2 days. Alright. A couple days later, my mom tried. She was making a hamburger helper. The meat looked weird. Okay. And the cat I had at the time wouldn't go near it. That's when she had my dad come out. And I had him look at it. Because when your cat won't take raw meat that would usually be all over it, you've got a problem somewhere. Well, it turned out that freezer went bad. $200 of meat. Now, keep in mind, this was the 80s, and that was a lot. They had to throw it out. They had to take the freezer, load it in my dad's truck, and get rid of it. Nobody would get on this bumper. Let me tell you, it was that bad. Now, had my mom canned that meat before we left for the 2 weeks, we wouldn't have lost it. We would not have had to turn around, go back to the Air Force Base in Blytheville, Arkansas, and purchase more meat. Because everything she put in the freezer went bad. My dad and a friend of his, Don Kathy, had to tie up the freezer together, load it in his truck, take it to a dump. Then I had to buy another one and go buy meat again. Like I said, had she canned it, this wouldn't have been a problem. So does canning save you money? Yes. When you can get a good deal on meat, grab it. Can it? Or if you're one of those people that uses a vacuum seal bag, go for it. Make sure that bag is sealed, because trust me, if you don't, you can have a problem. Make sure it seals tight. Label it. What it is, month and year. Or just do the year, I don't care. If you don't do the month, day, and year, just the year and what it is. Now, when canning is a hobby, it's when the only thing you're doing it for is to enter it into contests. That is a hobby. Canning itself is not a freaking hobby. It's not. I have this bottle, this jar of yams, sweet potatoes, whatever the hell you want to call them. This is vitamin C. It's beta carotene and a bunch more vitamins and nutrients I cannot think of off the top of my head. I have 30 more of these. Not only are they going to feed me, they're going to feed friends of mine with small kids. They're going to feed friends of mine who has grown kids. I also have white potatoes I've canned like this as well. You can fry them. You can make mashed potato salad. You make potato salad. You do mashed potatoes. All the cooking is done. So you pop it open, put it in, heat it up, fry it, do sweet potatoes with it, or do a mashed sweet potato or regular potatoes. Here's the deal. I do not see canning as a hobby. I see it as I got this food given to me. I don't want it to go bad. Can it? Of course, if you have a high acid food, you can use a water bath canner. In that time, you want to make sure you have several water bath projects ready to go, because that's a lot of water to use. Okay? It is. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a lot of water to use. You can take the water when you're done with all these projects. I don't water bath one project. I water bath 2 to 4 projects at a time. Well, at least I try to. Have at least that many ready to be put in and to go. I put items with the same time, processing time, in together. So that I'm not just using it for one project. I'm using it for multiple projects. Now let's just recap. Canning is not a hobby when you do it to feed your family. And mainly to feed your family. Now if all you're doing is entering your beautiful cherry pie feeling into your county fair, then it's a hobby. But when you are doing that as a way to preserve food and you make a beautiful can of cherries, cherry pie filling, then enter it, okay? Once you have everything secured for a winter, then do that. But as long as it's not going to take away from your family. People have been canning for millennium. I mean, probably about 1 or 2 millenniums, I think. Been doing it at home. That is how a lot of people got through the Great Depression. Is they'd canned their vegetables. They'd canned their meats. My grandmother, on my mom's side, my maternal grandmother, we all call her Grams. She used to can stuff. You name it. Green beans, tomatoes, fruits, just everything that she could grow, she would can. And if there's something that she didn't have canned, somebody else had canned, they would switch. If Matilda down the road had apple rings, applesauce, canned, Bertha had peaches, they would switch for a change. It added a variety of food into the diets. This is a community. These are the skills, the life skills that we as a society need to get back to. Canning our food. Even if you don't have a garden. I don't have a garden. I have an apartment. We're not allowed to have a garden here. Okay? And honestly, it has been so nasty and wet here in Michigan. Today, again, it's raining. We had 2 days straight, 2 or 3 days straight of really nice weather, and now it's raining. How in the world farmers are going to be able to farm this year? I don't know. John Deere is cutting production. John over to the Prepared Mind was talking about the fact that John Deere is cutting production because they know something. They know that next year farmers are not going to be buying the big combines. They're not going to be buying the big tractors. They're going to be fixing theirs, maintaining what they already have, and using that. Earlier this year, there's tariffs put on. Now, let's understand something. A tariff. Governments don't pay tariffs. Tariff is a tax that we pay. They don't pay it. We do. You put tariffs on food items coming in from China, and China reciprocated, of course. Now, there were some farmers in the Midwest. I don't believe it's a coincidence that it's the same farmers that got flooded. I don't believe that's a coincidence at all. But all these farms that had put back some seeds for next year, so the prices wouldn't go up too high, that people wouldn't be able to afford it, trying to help people like us. This is really pisses me off. What they put back was destroyed. Every farmer who was putting back stock to help prevent a price hike was flooded. Every one of them. Now, I am not, how can I put this? I am a believer in geoengineering. Because I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing all these farmers that came out and said, we're going to save as much as we can for next summer, for the 2020 growing season. Their stocks were destroyed. Now, I don't think that's a coincidence. I don't see how it could be. I'm going to leave you a link to that video. Now, I'm going to say this again. I'm not saying canning will save you a fortune. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of energy. But you have to decide for yourself, is my family worth investing in a pressure canner so I can can meat when they're at the lowest price possible? Is my family worth the time to cut this meat up, to get this processed, to make sure if something happens and I can't work for a week, that we have a way to eat? You gotta think about that for yourself. And remember, I'm gonna give you the video link for Live It on a Dime for that specific video because this woman is so annoying. I cannot listen to her for more than 2 minutes. She's that annoying. Of course, anybody that does not believe preservatives and apps are bad for us and does not think that people during the Depression ate very well. Well, no, a lot of people didn't because they had to rely on soup kitchens. Now, the ones that grew their own food were able to, well, they ate fairly well. You know, they didn't starve. They weren't eating like they did in the 20s and the 40s after the Depression was over. It's storming right now. That's probably what you're hearing in the background, is the thunder. Once we went into World War II, they started eating better. A little bit better. Not a whole lot, but a little bit better than what they did in the Depression, Great Depression. That's another thing we have to think about. When we can get stuff given to us, can it, put it in vacuum bags, whatever it is you do to make sure that it does not get freezer burnt. Do it. But like I said, my parents had freezer go bad and it's expensive. If you run a freezer, it's expensive. These ladies from the video talked about the cost of electricity, the time. But they didn't tell you what's the cost of zip the bags, the containers, store things in the freezer. The coupon craze, when it went big, that was a lot of time to clip them, to find them, to put a binder together. And yes, I did it. I think the most I saved was $20, and that was a tank of gas. That was it. I don't know how these people save all the money, and it turned out that some of the reality shows were fake. What these people were supposedly saving was a fraud. So, you know, put that in your hat and keep it there, right? Anyway. That's really it. Canning is not a hobby when it is done for the right reasons. And when you can save a huge amount of money on buying meat in bulk on sale from anywhere to $1 to $3 a pound, that would usually be $4 or $5. That is where you save your money. Alright, I'm going to stop now because honestly, I could go on for quite a while about this. And when you watch this girl's video, just remember, this is somebody that does not think that additives and preservatives are bad. This is somebody that thinks we eat better now than we ever have. No, we don't. I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to get more detailed about that ice maker. So, I will be putting that up tomorrow. Be well, be safe. Can on.